Little bro,
Hey, what up, man?
JEGANNU in
What's
the
good?
house. JEGANNU in the house. Better watch out. It's
Represent.
dog fight in any random alley, brother. Ambition.
Like that sweater, man.
Yo, how you been, my
Yeah,
nigga?
I'm all good in the hood.
So,
Uh,
how about this coronavirus, man? How about this coronavirus fucking with our MMA vibe, man? with our
I,
UFC, Bellator, and all the great MMA events, bro. How about that shit? What are your thoughts about that?
I mean, it wasn't that bad. Like, it only lasted for like 2 months, maybe. April and
Two
May, right? 2 months, maybe. 2 months tops.
so far, it's like 2 months,
Mm.
but
But it was.
but at
They came
least
back with a bang.
yes, bro. But at least UFC is back, bro.
Yeah, they
UFC did
came
did
back.
all like Dana White did all of the necessary precautions and kissed the necessary asses to fucking be able to throw these events that we had in what is it, Florida, Jacksonville, or no,
Jacksonville,
Jacksonville,
yeah.
Florida. Yeah.
Jacksonville, Florida,
So
yeah.
to me, I think, to be completely honest,
Mm.
I think that they, or UFC or Dana White or whoever, they try to say, oh, Dana White is the UFC. Bro, the UFC is an army. Dana White is just the representative, right?
Of course.
So, but
He's just the president.
he is
But
just, well,
but the,
he's
but,
just the president, huh?
but the guy but the guys who own it, I don't know, IMD or whatever their name is.
Yeah,
The
no, I
big
think it's Zuffa or something like that. Aren't they
not
called like?
Zufa.
Hey man,
Um
us
they know
Jaganu, we
they
don't really kind of pay attention to the details in the back end. What do we care about? The
the
ground.
fights for the
You know,
ground and
like,
pound, the,
hey,
the
that's what I'm
fights,
talking about, bro. Yo,
That's it.
UFC 249 was like
Yeah.
was God sent. I'm keeping it real, cause like what was it, 2 months
Mm.
or a month without any UFC events, and the
Two
first
months
UFC
almost.
249, which was
Mm.
Tony Ferguson and fucking Khabib. That was the first UFC
The
249,
cursed fight, nigga.
the
It was
cursed fight for real.
5 times, bro.
Hey man, it's done. It's done. I think it's done.
It's not gonna
I
happen.
think
It's
it's
not
done.
gonna happen. It's
And
not
that's
gonna
what I'm
happen.
saying though. But that's
Yeah.
why, like, when they rescheduled UFC 249 with Tony Ferguson and Gaethje,
Justin. Yeah.
that is Justin Gaethje. That's kind of for the 155-pound, like the lightweight. It's a great division right now. I
Of
think
course.
like the amount of talent, especially the top 10, they all deserve to be there,
It's
bro.
stacked, of course.
What? But like, forget about from the top, right? I don't even know what Conor McGregor's doing over there, to be completely honest.
Fuck that guy, bro. He's just gonna rant on Twitter and that's it. He's gonna
Exactly.
be drunk
No,
tweeting and that's it.
but the talent. Look at Gaethje, of course, Tony
Of
Ferguson.
course.
But come on,
Of
Tony
course.
Ferguson is getting up there. He's 36 years old. Come on.
So
So he's
that guy,
losing it, man.
bro, that guy,
If they don't get him right now,
Mm.
if Khabib and Tony doesn't, they don't give him another like a title
a
fight
title
or
fight.
shot,
Mm.
I think he's just gonna go down in history as the greatest interim champion of the world.
Double interim champion, bro.
Double
This
interim
nigga,
champion.
this nigga
And
won so many interim belts. Like
that's what I'm
he just
saying though.
he
It's
just
like,
deserved that title, bro.
I feel bad for him, but I think UFC. I think Tony Ferguson is not marketable. You can't market him. Conor McGregor has the whole MMA world on
Of
fire. The
course.
sports world on
He got
fire.
he got the casuals behind him.
Sure,
But
but he got some kind of
Tony
fan base.
Ferguson, he's the one who coined the term casual fan. He
Casual
was like, I don't give a fuck about those casual fans.
which
Everybody's
is
not
true.
saying casual,
No, but which
casual.
is true. I'm with him. I give him that 100%. He should. He is definitely. If you are not a avid and I'm not gonna say professional. There's no professional fans, but like, if you're not into the sport, if you don't
Mm.
understand the stakes, if you don't understand technically and skills wise what Tony Ferguson brings to the table
To tell you.
versus Khabib, the champion, or Habib
Habib
Nurmagomedov. You
Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, so if
Yeah.
you don't understand that, and if you don't understand that um what Joe Rogan says. Styles makes
Makes
fights.
fights. Exactly.
Right? So if you have a striker versus a grappler or a wrestler, in Khabib or Habib being the actual wrestler and Tony Ferguson is the striker.
Tony's not. He's a striker, a grappler, a weirdo. He's everything, bro.
No,
Like,
but
he got a
he's
weird
a
style,
fighter.
bro.
He's a
That's
fighter. I
of
think
course,
I
of
give
course,
like my
of course
opinion
it is.
about Tony Ferguson is that he's a fighter. That's all it like some people are jujitsu fighters, martial artists, some people are taekwondo, kickboxing, but there's
Looksy do.
rare when you find fighters.
Mm.
I think Tony Ferguson is a fighter, bro. I
Of
think
course he
Tony
is.
Ferguson brings the heart into the game, but guess what? Alongside the skills, right? He has those blades. He's bringing out the blades. He's bringing out
Bro,
the elbows. He's bringing out the
bro.
grappling. So I think if he misses this chance
Mm.
to actually, let's say, okay, fight Gaethje, he's scheduled to fight Gaethje now. So after
For the
that,
second time, they actually canceled
yeah,
it.
yeah, but the first one
Maybe.
before coronavirus, but now like UFC and Dana White, they announced it, right? They announced it that
Mm.
the UFC 249 is happening, and
May 9th.
yeah, is it
May
May 9th?
9th.
Yeah, May 9th
May 9th,
or
right?
8th,
Yeah.
May 8th or 9th, yeah.
It's May
So to
9th, I
me,
guess.
I think that will be interesting. But my question to you is, what happens if Tony Ferguson loses? Justin Gaethje has only 3 or 4 like knockouts and wins and so on and so well, I think he has like what 6 fights in the UFC in total or something like that.
6 or 5 fights,
6 or 5 fights,
most of them were like main events.
main events.
Because
Okay.
the UFC is just like, when the UFC does that, just like how they did with the Sage Northcutt. They bring
Yes.
those American type of fighters, just so they can
They
push
want
them.
a white boy champion.
Of course,
That's all
but
they fucking want.
Gaethje, he his first fight with Michael Johnson, he proved that he was the highlight. He was rocked and he came back. It was all
Yes.
good. But when he started to fight top tier fighters like Eddie Alvarez, and I think he knocked out Eddie Alvarez.
Who?
No, Justin
Gaethje?
Gaethje. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Did
think
he?
so. I don't know. We should be talking with facts, but guess what?
Okay.
Welcome to JEGANNU MMA. This is
I.
the big bro little bro conversation as casual fans, motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck. If you have the information, put it in the comments. Join the actual JEGANNU
Let me just.
movement and update us. Tell us if we're messing up in terms of facts. But guess what?
Of course.
We need to like pull up the facts when we're talking about this. You know
Of course.
those fucking assholes out there. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you don't know. There's a lot goes into commentating about MMA and stuff." Suck a dick, bro. These guys don't even know that I'm a taekwondo baby. Forget about taekwondo, baby. I'm a street fighter at heart since we were kids. You remember back in the neighborhood, bro? Nasriya,
Dog fight.
what up? Dog fight, baby.
Dog fight in the alley.
Any random alley.
In any random alley, yeah.
See, that's what, and Nasriya has a whole bunch of alleys out there.
It's basically all alleys.
All
bro.
alleys, yeah. But like to kind of bring it back, I definitely think that because Gaethje was a champion in the other promotions, where was he? Bellator, or
He was at what was it? PLF. If I'm
PLF,
no,
which is what is
it's
it now?
it's either PLF or what's it called?
Something like that in another promotion, right? He was a champion. In
The
another
NBC. I think they air I think it's an NBC promotion. Or
something like that. Yeah, but that's what
North
I'm saying.
America.
It was
It's in
random.
North America.
Because let's keep it real, bro. Like you tell me, let's keep it real. In terms of MMA promoters and promotions, UFC is at the top of the game. So
course it
far,
is.
I think Bellator is the ones that are second to UFC. I think so, just because they're taking. It's like in football or basketball. There's like Division A, Division B. There's different. There you go. So I think UFC is like the top tier. Bellator,
Of course it is.
and then maybe
Bellator is somewhat catching up.
they're
Somewhat
up with
catching up to the UFC. Of course.
But that's what I'm saying.
But they're
And
not like
those other ones. One FC,
One FC is like more like Asian.
the Asian
promotion.
market.
It has all like almost all kind of sports. They have their own kickboxing, just like Glory. Under one championship, they have um Muay Thai fights with MMA
Okay,
gloves.
okay, okay,
They
okay. Yeah.
have kickboxing fights with MMA gloves. They have in the ring.
So they're
Sometimes they have
doing
a ring.
mixed martial arts as well as other disciplines like kickboxing, Muay Thai specifically.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, I wasn't into them. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like I'm an advanced level casual fan. I'm a casual fan, but I'm the advanced level of that shit. Like
J-
UFC, of course. That's
of course.
definitely one of the promotions that I've always watched, right? But
But you're not. But you're not that casual to say, "Hey, listen, I train UFC."
no,
You're like,
absolutely not. Hey, hey,
I
hell
train
no.
UFC, bro.
Hell no,
It's
you ain't gonna catch me
MMA, bro.
saying, yeah, I practice UFC. What the fuck is that? There's you do MMA, bro. Even in MMA, you're looking at what?
Uh,
Even in MMA, you're looking at what are
Lots
you?
of
Boxer?
disciplines.
You do jujitsu, ground game. What are you doing? Are you doing all of
Muay
it?
Thai.
So
Yeah.
ain't nobody gonna say, yeah, man, I wanna fight. I wanna train UFC. They're like, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. The UFC is so
Uh,
big now.
this is tell Sorry,
Yeah, it's
sorry,
all
sorry,
good.
bro.
It's all good.
you,
Tell these
you can end.
motherfuckers to stop, bro. We're recording. What the fuck is happening here?
Okay. Anyways,
Yeah,
taking it back.
but
So,
the top tier because UFC is like got that top tier. I
of course.
think definitely people are like casuals will definitely
Mm.
look at it as UFC is the sport, not the
Ah,
promotion. That's
mm,
how they look at it. But
of
to be
course.
honest, UFC did so much. Like the UFC did like put in so much work into this MMA community and MMA world
Mm,
that they deserve to be top tier right now. They're the ones
mm.
that are making noise. They're the ones that went into ESPN.
Excuse me. Yeah. Huh? Sorry. Resume. Yeah.
Sorry, resume. Yo,
I just keep getting interrupted. I don't know.
hey
Like this
man,
is the first
it's all
episode
good. It's all good.
on
But
Monday.
what I want us to bring it back to is that
Mm,
Justin Gaethje and Tony Ferguson is gonna be huge because of because of the aftermath, because of the
of course.
result. That's
Of
what I say.
course. The
That means,
division is in chaos right now.
but of course,
The
the
whole
division is
division.
in chaos. But think about it: if Gaethje and Tony Ferguson are gonna put things in perspective, where if Gaethje wins, he
Mm.
could either go and fight Connor, or he could either go for the title, right? Because he'll be the interim champ. But
But
if
what?
yeah,
Why would he fight Connor? Like if he's the interim champion, that's it. He's
well, he
gonna fight
wants
Khabib.
money, baby. He
Of
wants
course,
the
but
red Ponty night. The red
red bounty night,
baby. Break out the red
right
Ponty.
there, bounties.
He wants a red
but
penny night, man.
but imagine him and Khabib in like Abu Dhabi or Morocco, wherever,
Yay, there you go. There you
where
go.
like
But look at it. But think about it this way.
mm,
Habib is the only one that could make money, right? So if you want money, you
mm,
would go to Habib, but it's because of the title and because of the
of course,
Muslim world and how the
of course.
Arab world and all the Muslim countries like Russia, like the East Asian countries, all of
No,
those countries are actually they're backing him up because they never saw a Muslim superstar,
and
right?
obviously, like in Abu Dhabi, they hold Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu
Yeah, but that's
championships.
from time
Like
though. Abu Dhabi is
from the,
known for
of course. So
jujitsu
when they
tournaments.
bring the UFC there, when it's Khabib versus Gaethje, that would be amazing. They would sell pay-per-views.
They might though, because what you saw what happened a few months back with Habib and Dustin Poirier in Abu Dhabi, or where was it? Dubai? No, Abu Dhabi.
No, I was out in Abu Dhabi.
It was huge, but it was mainly because of Habib. It wasn't
Of course,
because of Dustin. So
of course.
if
That's what
my
I'm saying.
point is, if Gaethje wants money, he needs to go and get a Conor fight, Conor McGregor fight. But if
So
he
they can do
wants
it. So they can
title,
do it in North America.
I don't think with this coronavirus right now, like I guess he has his
Obviously
hands.
not now. Obviously
Yeah,
not
but he has
now.
his hands full with Tony Ferguson, bro. El
Of
Kukui.
course, El Kukui, the
El
boogeyman,
Kukui.
the
You better
boogeyman of the
watch out with
division,
that.
the boogeyman of the division,
The
man.
boogeyman for real. No,
The
but
guy.
it's interesting. I can't wait for UFC to come back. I can't wait for MMA live events to come back with this coronavirus epidemic. And to be completely honest, I'm taking it as if they come back, they need to stack up the cards. The cards got to be crazy super fight cards at least the first 2 or 3 events.
Bro, I don't even care. I just want some MMA action, and
You
that's
just
it.
need some action.
I just need some action, bro. I don't give a damn if they're stacking up the cards. Like,
Nah,
I don't think
but
they
in a
will.
way, yeah,
I don't think
I
they
don't
will.
mind. But my point is, how is it gonna look like? Because what they said is they were saying it's gonna be no fans, so
Of course,
it's gonna affect the mentality of the fighters.
just like the last one they did in Brazil, Kevin Lee versus Charles Oliveira. They did it
Yeah,
with no
yeah,
they did it with no fans. They did it
I
with
know.
that.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that card. Yeah,
It was weird. It was just like you're watching The Ultimate Fighter or like Dana White Tuesday, whatever the hell that
the
show is. I
Tuesday,
don't
what is
watch
it?
it.
#1 contender or some shit.
I don't know. Anyway, it's just like The Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in an arena, it was so weird because the coaches can hear the fighters. Obviously, they can hear their coaches, but the opponent can also hear his opponent's coaches. So it could be like, okay, if they're like
I
right
know what
hook,
the fuck that guy's gonna do. Exactly.
obviously, so it's like, okay, right hook, right. He sees it from a mile away.
It's
So like,
exact,
if
but
they're using
in a way,
codes, that
I
would be
think
good.
it's gonna be a different mindset when it comes to fighting. Because remember, there's people that the crowd and the lights and the intensity of the event mentally it
Yeah.
fucks them up, so they don't fight to their potential. Think about now.
And some people, they use it to their advantage,
To their
just like Conor
advantage, they get
McGregor,
hyped, they get motivations like, oh, I'm gonna fuck this guy up. So
just like
that's my
Anthony
point.
Pettis and all of them.
Yeah, there you go. Anthony Pettis gets hyped by the crowd.
Of course,
He's
he's
a
Showtime. He's called
Showtime.
Showtime. Showtime.
That's
It's
your boy, huh?
Showtime. That's my man,
That's
bro.
your boy.
Anthony Showtime Pettis,
Nah,
bro.
but you know what though? I think it's gonna be interesting to see the UFC come back and how would they deal with this whole like a health and safety aspect from a health and safety aspect. How would it look like?
They already did
But
it.
at the same time,
They
how
have
are the
they have a
fighters?
blueprint.
Was that?
They have a blueprint. They already did it in like Brazil. So
But no, if you
tell them.
remember, Brazil was scheduled to have audience, but the
Yeah,
government shut down that
the
week.
commission. Yeah, the
Yeah,
commission
so
told
they
them that.
said the Brazilian government was like, no, fuck that. We're gonna shut that down. No fans, and that was part of the coronavirus, like when it started, right? So I think it's gonna be interesting to see how this empty arena factor, how does it play with the mentality and like of the fighters? How are they gonna approach it? How are they gonna be affected by it? Whether it's good or bad, it's gonna be crazy. I'm telling you, man.
Of course, but I think it will be in to the advantage of the people who like crumble under the pressure of the
Under
crowd.
pressure.
Yeah,
I was
they
gonna say,
crumble under the pressure of the crowd, so it will be an advantage to them. So there is no
if it
crowd.
exactly.
It's just their theme song or whatever song they're playing, and they're like hyped, and they'll just go in and just do their thing and
No,
walk out.
but
That's it.
if you're like a real fighter, I think that will be simple. I think that will be more of, yeah, fuck it. I'm fighting, bro, and I'm gonna enjoy my walk, and I'm gonna go in, and I don't need nobody talking. I can go and focus
That's
on
it.
the fight.
That's
So
it. Just like a Donald Cerrone, for example, he would do it in a heartbeat. He wouldn't
Donald
even think.
Cerrone, absolutely. I definitely. But come on, Donald Cerrone is a workhorse. He
Of
likes to
course,
just kind of fight back to back. He'll
that's it.
and plus that's how he makes his money. So you got
That's
to remember these fighters. This time that the coronavirus is off, there's a lot of fighters that are struggling financially.
Of
So
course,
Donald Cerrone is one of
the
those
the
guys.
guys the guys who fight in the prelims and the early prelims,
Hey man,
you gotta
those
think
guys they
they're
get like two
struggling,
G's or something, 2,000 or 3,000 a fight.
and they be
So
training for like 6 months, and sometimes some of them be like um a partner, like a sparring partner for
and they gotta
another
pay these
fighter,
motherfuckers. They gotta pay
and
the coach, the sparring partner, the gym. So
everybody gets a
there's
percentage.
expenses, and believe me, I know they got hit. They got hit. So that also kind of think of the time off. Also, there's that period of coronavirus that are they are off. They're not training. They're not doing anything. It's gonna be interesting how they're gonna look when they come back, man.
Of
I can't
course.
wait. I can't wait to see that. And what I like is that we're starting this JEGANNU MMA thing, and we definitely hell yes, sir, give it to them, bro. So uh,
JEGANNU.
and hopefully like this is our start, and we're gonna keep track of it and
Of
see
course.
how it goes, and we'll talk about it in the next episode. We'll see how that rocks.
Of
And I
course.
don't know how the quarantine is, the shutdown is down there in Saudi Arabia. So to whoever who's joining us, JEGANNU MMA is brought to you from two separate parts of the world. we
A
got
remote
we got
podcast.
the Canuck side, baby. The Canuck side right over there. Je suis Canadien from Toronto.
Are
Live
you into?
from Toronto, baby.
Are you intoxicated? Are you intoxicated?
You gonna
We
hit me
got GSP over there. Huh?
with that GSP shit, man. That's our
Are
hero,
you,
nigga. Don't
are
talk
you
about no
intoxicated? Are
GSP.
you intoxicated?
Are you intoxicated? Those are our Quebecois brothers and sisters, man. Don't be
Bro,
hating on them. And
that's
the
a
second
real. That's a
location
real champ.
is Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, nigga.
Hey, no,
Nasriya, to be exact, and
listen,
somewhat
man,
of an
Nasria,
alley.
but you
That's
know
it.
the Middle East is gonna be a big thing with the MMA. I could see that. It's starting,
Not
especially
really.
with the
Not
Habibs
really.
and the Islam and all of those fighters that are coming out of
The
Dagestan.
Chechenian,
Yeah,
Dagestani fighters.
even Kamaru Usman, the middleweight
Kamaru's.
champion.
Okay.
You
The
got
welterweight champion.
welterweight. Sorry, welterweight. Middleweight is who's the middle?
Izzy, Israel.
Izzy's middleweight. Oh shit! You see, you
Stylebender.
gotta. I told you, I'm an advanced casual fan. Certain things we don't know how to fuck with, bro. All right, well, let's wrap this up, bro. For
Alright,
the
bro.
first episode here. Thank you, everybody,
JEGANNU.
for joining in. JEGANNU MMA. We want to
That's it.
thank Mr. Dot or LA Monk or what the fuck you're gonna call yourself.
I'm just gonna
Shout out
remain
to these
anonymous,
people.
and that's it.
What's that?
I'm just gonna remain anonymous, and that's it. I'm just gonna talk shit.
Anonymous. Well,
Yeah,
all I care about is, to me, your little bro. So little
that's
bro
it.
is over there. Big bro is in Toronto. We could just do a quick bite-sized episodes when it comes to JEGANNU MMA. And we're starting up this show to everybody that's joining in. So make sure you go and support the show. We're still a baby show or podcast when it comes to MMA. But we're going to make our mark, baby. We're going to make our mark.
We're on
So
our way.
make sure to join us and support the show on all the major platforms, and we're gonna let you know all the platforms that are coming in. But definitely, we will be on YouTube. We'll definitely be on the audio podcast platforms, which we
SoundCloud
will
and all that.
definitely put right here down on the screen, so you can go ahead and support us.
Wow.
And
Wow.
for now, I think it's a wrap for this first episode. Little bro,
Of course. All right, big bro.
I'm gonna let you chill, and don't forget, Jigna is a mindset.
Of
So
course.
us JEGANNU need to stay active and stay on top of that. So
JEGANNU.
one time from Toronto, low key
What?
Ambessa.
One time from Riyadh, anonymous nigga. JEGANNU, man.
JEGANNU MMA, checking out.
Alright.
Thank you for tuning in.
Peace.